Hello everyone, this is Watson. In this video we're going to talk about if a managed PoE switch is necessary for our growing business. Well, I'd say the answer is yes, because in our growing business we're going to have more and more devices and users adding to our network system. And in that case we're going to need more PoE ports, we're going to need more power, and we're going to need higher bandwidth. If we don't have enough on all of these, it's going to be very awkward in the future. So imagine that we have a managed PoE switch. What are the benefits? Well, one of the benefits is we can use VLAN to create virtual networks for all of different devices. Imagine that we have 8 ports here. With VLAN, we can divide these 8 ports, 4 for our IP security camera system and 4 for the marketing network. So for our IP camera system, we can use 4 of these ports to connect to 3 IP cameras and one of these monitors or computers to control the whole system. And then other 4 we can use it for like our computers that usually go and do it for the marketing. So we have these divided into 2 different parts. And once these 2 are in 2 different virtual networks, once there's something going on in the marketing's network, we can kind of shut that down and without interfering the IP security camera system. Because the security system usually is more important in the whole system because it monitors the whole business's operations. So that's what a VLAN does, and it can help us prioritize which port or what kind of sub-network can get more of our bandwidth and power. It's called the quality of service. We can talk about it in our different videos. So that one we can let most of our bandwidth and power be distributed to our IP security camera system. So when there is a power shortage, they can make sure that our IP camera system is functioning and the other computers might have to be disconnected for a while. So that is like the benefit of a VLAN. And now let's talk about what happens if we have to expand our network. So there will be many ways. Let's talk about it. So adding more devices to our system, if we only have 8 ports, it's going to be awkward. Maybe you'll have like 16 computers. What do we do? Well, it's very easy to solve since we can use 2 things. One is a PoE powered switch and one is an unmanaged PoE switch. These 2 actually are the same. Once connected to this PoE switch, they act as expanding this particular port. So this port will be expanded to these kind of PoE switches, and the IP devices connect to these directly, and they'll still work properly. I recommend you use the PoE powered switch because it acts as power device and power sourcing equipment. It can receive the PoE signal from our managed PoE switch and also redistribute it to all other 7 devices. So it's very convenient. We don't need to look for the power source, and we can deploy it far away from our PoE switch. But if we are going to like expand the ports right next to our managed PoE switch, we can use like one of these small unmanaged PoE switches, which are tiny and also have a few ports as well. It doesn't really matter, but the best part is it saves a lot of space and it's much more cheaper. And since we're going to leave it next to our managed PoE switch, there's definitely going to be a power source next to it, so we don't have to worry about the power source. Now I'm going to connect both of these 2 to our managed PoE switch, and let's take a look at it. So I've got the Ethernet cables here, and first I'm going to connect our PoE powered switch to show you that we don't need the power source. So when connecting to a PoE powered switch, we have to make sure that the Ethernet cable that provides the PoE signals will have to go to port number 8, because port number 8 acts kind of as the receiving port for our PoE signal. And then this one goes to any other 4 ports here, depending on which one we want to expand. And right here, if we want to use this tiny one right here, we're going to need our extra power source. So once connected, we'll just use an uplink port to another Ethernet port. So now there will be data transmitted as well. So basically we can now connect both of these to our IP cameras and everything will be perfect. Now I'm going to connect our IP camera to both of these and let's see if it works. So first of all, one of the Ethernet cables goes to the powered switch and the other end goes to our IP camera. You can see it has been turned on, so now we mean that this connection is thorough. It's perfect. Now let's check the other. So the other one end goes to our little unmanaged PoE switch, and the other goes to our PoE powered our IP camera. And it's the same as the first solution. It's turned on doing the self-diagnosis. It means this connection is perfect as well. All right, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to leave them at the section below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.